Miss Ballish.
Mr. Novak, what are you doing here?
Celebrating. How about you?
I'm waiting for someone.
Anyone in particular?
Well, of course. What kind of girl do you think I am? Never mind, Mr. Novak, I know.
Do you mind if I sit down for a minute?
I'm afraid not.
Well, you won't help me celebrate?
Celebrate?
My freedom, Miss Ballish? Just think of it. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and I can sleep late as I like.
Mr. Novak, I told you that chair happens to be reserved.
Oh, you won't have one small drink with me.
I can't.
One small farewell drink.
Well, if it's very small and very quick.
Oh, thank you, Miss Ballish. Thank you. There you are. Well, here's to Marichek's Perfumery and the people who work there and the people who used to work there and all the customers.
And that covers everything.
Good wine, huh?
Mr. Novak, are you spying on me?
Spying?
Have you come here to make sure that I really have a date? That I just didn't make an excuse not to work tonight?
Who would I be spying for? Marichek?
Mr. Novak, if you don't leave this table immediately, I'm going to have to call the waiter.
You say you're meeting someone here? Someone you've known very long?
Mr. Novak, will you please leave?
Doesn't seem right for a man to leave a girl waiting. All alone. In such a public place.
Will you leave?
Even if he's an old friend. A dear friend.
I don't wish to discuss it with you, Mr. Novak. If he's already seen us together and been here and gone, I'll never forgive you.
What's this?
Put that back.
Oh, Anna Karenina.
Yes, it's a book by Leo Tolstoy, a Russian. Now, will you please put that back?
What's this for?
That's none of your business.
Is it possible you've never even met this man?
That's ridiculous.
Oh, well, of course it is. And yet, you know, sometimes some girls and some men do make appointments with strangers. And you know what? Sometimes it turns out rather well. And on the other hand, sometimes it turns out not so well. You see, I knew a girl once who started writing to someone through a Lonely Hearts Club. Now, they corresponded for some time and then decided to meet. Now, she was to have a rose in her book, and he was to have the same rose in his buttonhole. And they did recognize each other, I guess. The very next day, the police found her left leg floating in the Danube, and they never did find the rest of her or her book.
Really, Mr. Novak? No matter how much you despise me or how unhappy you think you are, haven't you had enough revenge? I don't understand you.
Well, how could you, Miss Ballish? You've never listened to me. You've never really looked at me.
How wrong you are, Mr. Novak! I'm looking at you right now. And shall I tell you what I see? A smug, pompous, petty tyrant, very sure of himself and very ambitious. But I see him 10 years from now, selling shampoo. And 20 years from now, selling shampoo. And 30 years from now, still selling shampoo. Because basically, do you know what he is? Just a not very bright, not very handsome, not very young man with balding hair and the personality of a python! Mr. Novak, I didn't mean all those things. Mr. Novak!
Don't call him. He'll come back. It's almost closing time.
Closing time, but I'm waiting for someone. He'll have a rose in his lapel.
To match the one in your book? How late is he?
Over 2 hours.
You're a very patient young lady.
I've waited for him all my life. What's 2 hours?
This one's on the house. For luck.
Thank you. You know, this is a very nice cafe.
We try to preserve a romantic atmosphere.
The flowers, the linen, the crystal I see were carefully chosen for people like me. The silver agleam and the candles aglow. Your favorite song on request. Each colorful touch in the finest of taste. And notice how subtly the tables are spaced. The music is muted, the lighting is low. No wonder I feel so depressed. Charming, romantic, the perfect cafe. Then, as if it isn't bad enough, a violin starts to play. Candles and wine, table for two. But where are you, dear friend? Couples go past me, I see how they look. So discreetly sympathetic as they see the rose and the book. I make believe nothing is wrong. How long can I pretend? Please make it right. Don't break my heart. Don't let it end, dear friend.
We're closing up.
So soon?
Looks like your friend didn't get here.
Well, I'm sure he has some very good reason.
Then he'll write to you and you can patch things up and I hope you'll be very happy.
Thank you. May I ask you something? You've seen many of these cases. Does it ever happen that the girl is here and the young man arrives and then looks at her secretly and then just goes away without writing or explaining?
Sometimes, and sometimes she looks at him and she goes away.
How heartbreaking that must be.
Oh, but you don't have to worry. You're a nice, presentable girl. Not a beauty contest winner, but you should see some of the others.